a very busy weekend coming up. Not me personally, but this area, and I guess maybe where you are as well. It's Labor Day weekend and it's hot, so everybody's heading either to the beach or to some kind of swimming pool or their club or whatever. So this kind of busyness, people going away for holidays. So in the midst of that, we can try and find a wee bit of stillness. So try and bring your mind to the same place your body is. And check your body, check your feet. Maybe your knees are hip width apart. Hips slightly raised, so your sits bones raised. Hands are in the meditation mudra. Right hand nestled in the left, with the thumbs touching. Shoulders are aligned with the hips. And just imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. So you can imagine there's like perhaps a puppeteer above the crown of your head, very gently, just lengthening your spine, stretching out those muscles along the back, or as they say in yoga, the back body. I'm not sure why they use that term, but anyway, they do. Your head is very slightly tipped forward and the eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose. The tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And relax the jaw. And bring your awareness to the crown of your head and relax the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the back of the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, that area around the mouth. The lips are slightly apart. And then bring your attention to the back of the head and relax the scalp there, the occipital bone. Relax the ears, the inner ears, the temples, the jaw. Relax the back of the tongue and the back of the neck, and allow your shoulder blades, your shoulders, everything just to drop down, but at the same time you're continuing to lengthen. And bring your attention to your throat and the chest and the belly. Limbs, hands, fingers and feet and toes. And bring the mind to the breath. And just notice the sensation of the air, a little bit cooler as you're inhaling than when you're exhaling. And then just notice if there's any sounds in your environment. So I have a trapped fly in here with me at the moment. He's getting quite agitated. So whatever you're hearing, the trapped fly, the people in your home, people on the street, traffic, just allow those sounds to be there. And then bring the mind very gently back to the breath. And just notice the thoughts as they are arising and abiding. And try not to judge or criticize. So just put some space in between your thoughts. Give yourselves a break. And just imagine you're a scientific observer. You're very objectively looking at what's arising. So just see it, whether it's fear, attachment, loneliness, happiness. Just look at it with curiosity. Oh, that's interesting. And then we just put ourselves on the bank of our river and watch that river flow on by without jumping in and getting engaged and swept away. So I was sitting there watching. We're free. So let's just bring to mind all the people of our life, our very dear friends, our loved ones. Then there's those people in our life we find a little bit irritating. Perhaps they've harmed us. Maybe it's best to keep away from them. And then there's those people who are strangers. So they're equal though. Despite how we feel about them, they're all equal in they're just like you and me. Just want to be happy. Don't want to suffer. Don't want problems. Just want to keep living my life, being as comfortable and as happy as I can be. And they all, just like you and me, have this capacity for this enlightened mind. So we can see that capacity in the people we love, or we see their potential. Because we love them, we see only their good qualities. But see how your mind changes when they do something you don't like. Then all of a sudden, that potential for enlightenment in your mind might disappear as far as they're concerned. So we just see how unstable our minds are. But actually everybody is the same. So I think we'll do this meditation this evening for all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. So the first of these four opponent powers is regret. So regret implies that we wish to do something about the harm that we're kind of engaging in, whether it's towards ourselves or others. So we sincerely regret from the depths of our heart anything you have done in this life to any sentient being or any past lives. And the reason, you can think of specific actions of both your body and your speech. And the reason to regret is because, based on this logic of karma, so any harm you've caused others is going to result in suffering for you in the future. So logically it would make sense that we will pull out these karmic seeds before they ripen as our future suffering. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart, having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret any anger, attachment and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. And it's not that we are needing Buddha to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon Vajrasattva's medicine. So you can imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. So this kind of light body, facing the same way as you, a couple of inches above you. You can also imagine that this is the mind of your teacher, your guru, your trusted mentor, manifesting in this form for your benefit. So Vajrasattva is made of radiant, blissful white light. It's almost like a hologram, translucent, and he's sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. And this lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by that mud. This is just like our enlightened potential, born out of our delusions, but yet untainted by them. So he has this beautiful radiant face. His eyes are sort of horizontally, they're lengthy, they're shaped like lotus petals. And they're very peaceful and full of love and compassion. They're not critical. He's not judging you. However it is you've turned up this evening, it's completely fine. And so he has this love and compassion for us. His mouth is red and sweet. Hair is black and held up in a top knot. He's wearing a 5-pointed crown embedded with jewels. He has got jewelry all over his body, his ears, his neck and waist and arms and feet. He's wearing these celestial silken robes in the Royal Indian style. And they just kind of imagine they're just floating. And his arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell, which represents wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents a union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So think of the beings that you have harmed and who have harmed us, and try and have a wish for them to be free from suffering. Particularly for the people that have harmed us. Because of the harm they've caused you, they're going to suffer in the future. So I think we'll do this practice for their sake. And so the power of the remedy, this is the third of the four opponent powers, and this is the medicine doing the practice. So we visualize light and we recite mantra. So first we start with the purification of the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like very forcefully coming out of a hose or a waterfall or fountain from his heart, and it arcs around it, enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. So be delighted. All the harm or any harm you have done to harm any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So even to the point where the moment they even see you walking down the street, it benefits their mind. So the next is a purification of the speech. And again, Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and forcefully enters your crown and fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech. And this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you can imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech, maybe some not quite telling the truth, talking about people behind their back, getting other people to agree with you, all of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sutam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sutam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sutam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sutam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sutam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sutam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sutam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others now with your speech. So just the moment they hear the sweet sound of your voice, it just benefits their mind, relaxes them, makes them feel happy, inspires them. And just even in your silences, that is beneficial for people, so you know when to speak and when to be quiet. And your speech also is what you write to people as well, in emails, on cards, on social media. So next to the purification of the mind, and Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you switch on a light, that light instantly dispels the darkness in the room. So it's the same here. The moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all the depression and anxiety and disappointments and grudges and jealousy and bitterness and also sadness, all of this is instantly dispelled by this light and this mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpiyata sawa kamasita me Sutam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our suffering, all of our own delusions, and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified, gone. And think now, there is no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is the imprints of negativity of the body, speech and mind. And imagine Vajrasattva very happily sends light and nectar. And if you wish, you can recite a couple of mantras for each of the, as you visualize the body, speech and mind as we've just done. Or you can just imagine light and nectar pouring in, filling you and eradicating even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Miboa, Sutokaya Miboa, Supokaya Miboa, Anarakta Miboa, Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mibowa Sutokaya mibowa Sipokaya mibowa Anurakta mibowa Sawasiti mipiyatsa sawa kama sitame Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. So now feel you're completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So next is the power of resolve, and this is the fourth step in the purification process. This is where, for me, it just kind of follows on from regret. This is where we make a decision to refrain from harming with our body and our speech and our mind. And because we have habits and because we're human and we have karma and seeds are ripening, we're probably not going to be able to stop doing everything tomorrow. So we just work on something quietly, humbly, and just do, one step at a time, one little thing at a time, until slowly, slowly becomes less and less. You'll find you have less of the urge to talk about whoever it is you talk about. Less of an urge to eat 5 chocolate chip cookies. You might want to eat just one. Just takes time. And encourage yourself. Rejoice in your efforts. So this determination to not do again, or to refrain from doing, gives us the strength to change. The Vajrasattva is delighted with us, wanting to merge with your mind. He melts into white light and absorbs into you, just melts into you through your crown. And think, my Guru's body, speech and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind are the same thing. And LAMA YESHE would call that union oneness. So next, Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the 3 circles. In emptiness there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. So in this way we can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. And you can also think that perhaps the way things are appearing to me right now might not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. For His Holiness the Dalai Lama, his long life prayer. The wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Ho tub shul chang shin jam gon Galloway, Tenzin kyang pelway, kunzo dog porze, chog sum gurway leg mon to droop, pa dog sog dulje, Gondu Jab Ten Shog. And for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all those conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindfully of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. For Geshe Shera, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Thank you, everybody. Hi, Vanessa. I didn't see you there before. Lots of love. Thank you for hosting, Michael. And Michael, I will look at those things and I will check that out. I'm sure it's going to be fine. And we'll start working on it Monday. All of you people who are wanting to bravely do a little bit of the Vajrasattva on your own, I think you'll be fine. It'll be wonderful. I'm very excited to hear how it's going to go. Okay, everybody, lots of love and good night, and have a great weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.